Hi YouTube. I guess you might notice that I'm a little heavily made up now because I just got off stage. So we just finished our final dress rehearsal. So tomorrow's showtime. No, it's not been an anomaly. Everything really has gone wrong. Dropping lines still. I see people dropping lines. In my first scene today, the person I'm in the scene with literally dropped every line. Every line. I don't even know what he was saying on stage. I have no idea. I just know that I physically reacted as I was supposed to be. And then I got all of my lines. At some point in the second scene that I'm in, something happened. I'm not sure. And so we skipped a page. I don't even know. Lights on, off, on, off, on, off. Blowing fuses. Cord's not long enough. Previous to this whole experience today, I had to, let me first say, in order to make myself feel better and reward myself for all the hard work that I've done, I have some rushes. But not just rushes. I have some Jameson. Which you can't drink too much of because I've actually got work to do. So, excuse me for eating while I'm talking to you. Starving. Before all that happened today, I went, sorry that was noisy. I took my grandmother to the doctor. And my grandmother is British. Posh British. So, she's like, do you know where you're taking me? And I'm like, what's the address? I have a GPS. She's like, oh no, your mother should have told you. And she starts freaking out. I thought she was going to have a freaking coronary. I thought she was going to have a stroke. I was like, good thing we're going to the heart doctor. Because if you have a heart attack right now, I'll just put you in the car and I'll find the address and I'll get you there. So my GPS, of course, I don't have VZ Navigator anymore. I have Google Navigator. I'm not pleased with the whole Google navigating thing because it wants to take you at least 6 hours out of your way to get somewhere. And that's just really frustrating. But that's okay. I found the way. I looked on the map and was like, oh, we can go this way. But the whole time, my grandmother's like, see, I tell you, these things are they're just not worth a thing. Not worth a thing. I'm telling you, they're not worth a thing. Not worth a thing. Not worth a thing. Not worth a thing. Oh my God. I was like, grandmother. I call her grandmother. Grandmother, between you and the GPS, I can't concentrate. It's raining, and I need to concentrate on the road. Okay. In all honesty, it was just sprinkling. But whatever. Because between her and the GPS, it was horrible. So then we finally get there, and she's like, see, here we are. It's exactly where I told you. I'm telling you, my grandmother doesn't know where anything is in this town. So she could not, she said, I could have given you better directions than the GPS. I'm like, really? When was the last time you drove here? Never? Okay. So she says, pull into this parking lot. And I pull in, and everything's blocked off, and I have to turn around, and I'm like, you're as good as the GPS. She was not amused. Then I came home, and my stepfather seems to believe that 60 degrees heat and 60 degrees air are two different temperatures, when in fact 60 degrees Fahrenheit is equal to 60 degrees Fahrenheit. The difference between heat and air is that if it's 60 degrees Fahrenheit on heat, then when the temperature drops to 60, the heat cuts on. If it's 60 degrees Fahrenheit on AC, if the temperature gets too high, then it cuts on and it blows air out, which is cooler than whatever the air is supposed to be. Okay. It was 64 degrees at my house when I got home. 64. It dropped down to 62 while I was here. My son was home, and I thought I was the only one freezing. You see, I have this fleece jacket here. This is a fleece jacket. Behind me, you will see some fleece slippers, a Snuggie. On my bed, you will see an Afghan down comforter. Beneath the down comforter is a heating blanket. Beneath that is a sheet. Beneath that is another heating blanket. And then, you know, I should be under all that. Right now, I'm wearing a long sleeve shirt with a hoodie. It's freezing in my house. I can't concentrate. So I go out there and I see my son is laying in the living room, no TV on or anything, under 2 blankets with one of the cats, who also happens to be cold, but she's wearing a fur coat. And he says, Mecca's under here with me. And I get so frustrated over it. I'm like, finally, okay, you know what, we're going to pick up Adrian. Let's get in the car, I'll blast the heat. Incidentally, my car's air conditioner doesn't work during the summer, and I live in South Carolina, so it's about 110 degrees in my car during the summer. And it used to overheat, so I would have to cut the heat on top of that to keep the engine cool. But it doesn't do that anymore. Coincidentally, my heat does work, so in the winter, my car is approximately 110 degrees. So it's nice in there. Even with 2 windows down, you're hot. You feel good. You feel warm. We're all sitting in the car. You know, I got Adrian and Gowan in the car, and we're like having a good time, blasting some music. I pull back up, and Mitch is here, and so I say, "You want to get in the car? We're just going to get gas or whatever." So he gets in the car with us, and he's like sweating. We're all like, "Feels great in the air." I woke up with my daughter in my bed because she was freezing. Days like this make me, excuse my language, please close your ears if they are, you know, of the sensitive type. Days like this make me a rancid bitch. Really. I can't stand to see my kids suffering. I can't stand for things to go wrong and not be fixable right then. And when I'm driving, I don't need 16 drivers to tell me where I'm going. I look at the map. I listen to the GPS. If I see that the GPS has taken me, you know, around the fucking world 3 times to get to where I need to be, then I just shorten the route. It seems like all this stuff would be really easy, but it's not. So I promise you, YouTube, by tomorrow, we'll be in a better mood. I promise. And I'll have a nice vlog, and hopefully everything will have gone right, and I'll let you know how performance night, opening night is. Until then, rest assured that I will be a rancid bitch for the rest of the night. Bye, YouTube.